Hey everyone, happy Monday. Just kidding. It's Tuesday now, so you got even a shorter week ahead of you, which is always good. So we were looking at futures. Buddy and I were. I don't know what's going on. Like as far as the trading communities, but I've definitely seen a drop off in my group, and I've seen a drop off in other groups, and I'm just curious of to why. Like, was it does Discord adhere more to like the younger uh, crews, the younger people, and now that school starts, like they don't have time, like for college and all that. I'm just curious. I'm really seeing just a real quietness now lately, and sometimes it can be a little demotivating because the information that I'm talking about on YouTube, I could do that by myself. Like I don't need to explain it. Like if it's just for me, I don't need to explain it to everyone else, right? So it does get a little demotivating sometimes when there's just not a lot of chatter or anything going on. But yeah, so we'll keep going. But I mean, honestly, if it seems like it's going to keep dropping off, I'll probably just stop until we start getting busy. Maybe we'll get busier this fall. So that's what I got going for that. If any of you guys object to it, go ahead and respond in the Discord. And if you want me to keep doing these, then I will. If I get enough people to say yeah, keep doing them. All right. So looking at SPY, looking at futures, which is important anyways, right? Because really, futures is what makes SPY, right? So we should be paying attention to futures, and it had a significant drop last night. I wouldn't say like super significant, but definitely paying attention to it now. And we could see that it looks like it may want to test a lower area. Okay, we've been in the 450 zone for a while. This is now kind of turning into a heavy resistance, I believe. So if we do decide to drop, we might see that 445 range, and we can say that we can correlate that with the SPY as well. So we might see a pullback. I would not be surprised. It's a short week, and there's a lot of like wealth. They don't like playing short weeks, right? So usually it's kind of just it's a one off, and we start it back next week. So definitely kind of paying attention to tomorrow. Um, so we'll see what happens tomorrow, but this is we could see another pullback happening down to that 445 range. So SPY current levels, if we get above, yeah, if we get above, I would say 453, something around there. Then we hold. Then we might see 460 if it wants to play a bullish week. And if not, like I said, back to that 445 range. That's where I see maybe buyers coming back in. VIX, let's see if VIX is having any kind of buy signals this morning. Looks like it is. We have a little bit on the 10 minute. showing a squeeze through here. So I would say over 25.35 might be an area where it might bounce. So if the market wants to start dropping this morning, expect VIX to hit at least up to, I would say, 26, 27. Bitcoin also had a pretty good weekend. It hit 52,000. That was one of our levels that we talked about. But typical Bitcoin. What's interesting though is I was looking at this chart this morning, and it looks very very similar to what's going on with the SPY market, or with the SPY. So if and I'll pop that one up real quick. But if you notice, like, there was a lot of little buys and sells going through this range before the drop, right? And I was looking at the maybe it was futures, and it had a similar pattern. So because I think these guys play both markets, so a little bit similar pattern. When you start seeing that little buy and sell bouncing through the upper range on the Nessies, like you're seeing through here, that's usually when it's indicating a drop, because it can't get through that range, right? So there's no reason to keep trying to test it. It's going to drop. So yeah, but Bitcoin went up to 52,000, or did it go higher? I'm not even sure. Yeah, about 50. Was it 52? 52 on the money? Yeah, close to 53. So Bitcoin is now, trying to build a little more support. I would say anything under 49,000, again, that's going to get us back into that lower 42 range. And if we could stay above this 49 and keep building some ceilings, then we could see up to maybe 60K by the end of the week. So because if the market's going to be slow, crypto may not. So crypto may be moving still. Something to take a look at. I want to say currently, over 51,200. If it could stay over that, then the next area is 52.4, and then if it could stay over that, then we could see 55,000 and maybe 60,000 by the end of the week. Let's see. I was looking at Square this morning. Square's been on our radar a little bit. It had a gap up, so it looks like it's trying to create a new support. When you see the line do this, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily saying it's going to reject here. Over here, guys, pay attention. And this chart right here, where you see that it did render a line at 271.69, right? And it is kind of dropping below, but this could be a new level of support. Okay, so we want to pay attention to that. Now, if the price does start falling below that too far, then we can, say, okay, well, maybe that was the resistance. So, if you want to play a safer bet on this, right, you could technically just go with this line at 272. So you might see 272 at the open, or maybe hovering around that 271. So you can see though on the bands that it does have a little room to go up, right? So if it does want to be bullish, we could see up to 290, right? I'm not saying we could see that in one week, but definitely a long-term 290. Short-term, probably around 270, 280. That's what I'd be looking at. Maybe 270, 275. Yeah, 280, 275, something around there. You know, that would be a pretty conservative options. I like that. So let's go to Tesla real quick. Tesla looks like it may want to test up to 250 this week, or 750, excuse me. So it's kind of doing the same thing. It looks like it might be creating a new support at 738.62. So just something I'm paying attention to right now. Let's drop these down a little bit, see if we're seeing resistance. I'm a little concerned about this range right here, though, on this time frame, and it is in the red bands. See this. Let me pop this up a little bit more. Put the music up. Kind of like this beat here. Okay, so you can see it's been kind of bouncing back and forth through this range, right? Through this area. This is what I'm talking about right through here, right? Usually when this happens, you see a little bit of a pullback. Okay, so for me, what I'm looking at right now is if this becomes the 738 is the resistance, right, for this level, I would see a pullback down maybe to 229, 228 would be a better level to get into. And if it breaks 228, then we have our current other levels down to 714, 695. That's what it says down there. So those are some levels I'm looking at for Tesla. Disney, uh, Disney is a good stock. Don't get me wrong, but when it comes to day trading, it can be lethal. It can really destroy you if you're not careful. But Disney currently looks, I would say it's bullish, definitely. But again, it's going to react to what the market's doing, right? So these guys could be taking profit this morning before the market opens, and then when the market opens, then they're going to drop it. But people might see some levels that look like a secure support, and then they'll put money into that, thinking, oh, it's going to go up, and it drops. So always wait for the noise, wait for everything to just settle down like 10 or 15 minutes after. That's my rule of thumb. I don't care if I miss like a percentage of profit. Like nothing's going to go parabolic that quick, right? And I mean, that would be a terrible strategy. If that's how you're looking to like get rich, that's a terrible way to look at things. Because that's something we're not doing here. We're not playing the lottery. Like, granted, we're playing options and we need it to move so we can make profit, but we don't need it to go parabolic, right? We just need good, consistent growth and something that's just increasing that premium for us. Okay, so right now I see an uptrend for Disney. Okay, but again, let's see what's going to happen. If it wants to keep going 182 range, maybe we might see that, and then maybe there'd be a pullback. But I'm looking at this level here at 180. Okay, if we could stay in this 180 zone, then I think it's a safe play for Disney. And if it does stay, above 180, then we could see 190, 195 ish, and I can actually see that this week. So Disney's pretty strong on my radar. Let's check out AMD. But some of these stocks are not moving as fast as what people want. But I like to look at ones that have a little more ceiling, right? And AMD has more ceiling. That's why I was checking it out last week too, and it's still on my radar. So 110.30, that would probably be a level I'd like to stay over. And if it gets over there, then we could see 113, and then we can get in maybe to that 118, 120 range by the end of the week. It's a short week, but AMD does move fast. So 111 would definitely be a confirmation of a bullish breakout. But 110 would be our support. 110.30 is what I'm looking at for support. If we break that, then we're going to see lower down to 105, etc. BABA had another gap up this morning. And see, this is what's going on with BABA is because it's in the lower bands, maybe not on this particular time frame on the bands, but if we go into a higher time frame on the bands, it's definitely in the lower bands. See? So that's where that percentage, that 80% rule comes from, because it's when it's down here, right? And people miss out right here, they miss out huge. So it's very important to pay attention when the price is all the way down here. Okay, so I would say if we get above 181, we're going to see up to 200 for sure. So conservatively, I'm looking at 174 needs to hold, right? If 174 breaks, then this thing's not done selling. So that's really important for me. You can even see it on multiple lines on NESI right now. 172 would be a support I'd be looking at, and then that 174, that's where it's trying to break through. So I'll definitely set some alerts on this if that's what it seems like it wants to do. But again, it could be since it's a short week, it could be a profit taking scenario where it moves up really fast and then it drops fast. So you have to be careful, but just know that long term, I would actually put long term plays on this right now. You're just going to have a better chance of the price going up. So yeah, I don't know if I want to. MU has kind of been in range right now, and it looks like it's in a short squeeze. So it's maybe possible that the sellers are trying to push it down to $69, and in a short squeeze we might see a breakout, and if that happens, then we might see $80. So MU could be a very like a short squeeze play happening. We'll just have to see. I would say under $72 though. Get rid of it. Get rid of it and wait to what it wants to do at 69 and see if that's going to be a better support. One more and then I'm getting out of here. AMC has been cruising up in this $45 range. So it looks like it's trying to get where it was before the rejection at 41. So 41 is kind of a stronger support for AMC. I would say if it stays above 43 or that 44 range, and you could even say right here at 44.77, then we'll see $50 for sure. So if it does break that $41 though, then we're going back down to 21, and AMC's done for, right? So it's one of those stocks that long term I do see growth, but because it's AMC, but that doesn't mean that they couldn't push it down again before they want to rebuy it back into it and get a better deal. So those are things I always look out for too, man. Just because the price it is a lower price, right? Maybe their evaluation is up to 60, 70, 80 or whatever. Maybe they want to get it down to 30 before they invest into it again. So you just have to pay attention and watch out for those sell signs if they come around that $41 range. So that's it. That's all I got. We'll see. We'll find out what else is going on this week. If anything pops up on the radar, let's see if I can talk about it on Thursday. It's a short week. You only get 2 videos this week. I'll probably just do today and Friday, honestly. So okay, you guys have a good trading week. I'm out.